Welcome to Entire World Teacher YouTube channel. Today we presenting to amazing and interesting short story. Don't we all? And The Stranger in the Garden. So listen, be careful. Don't we all? I was parked in front of the mall wiping off my car. I had just come from the car wash and was waiting for my wife to get out of work. Coming my way from across the parking lot was what society would consider a bum. From the looks of him, he had no car, no home, no clean clothes, and no money. There are times when you feel generous, but there are other times that you just don't want to be bothered. This was one of those don't want to be bothered times. I hope he doesn't ask me for any money, I thought. He didn't. He came and sat on the curb in front of the bus stop, but he didn't look like he could have enough money to even ride the bus. After a few minutes he spoke. "That's a very pretty car," he said. He was ragged, but he had an air of dignity around him. His scraggly blonde beard keeps more than his face warm. I said thanks, and continued wiping off my car. He sat there quietly as I worked. The expected pleas for money never came. As the silence between us widened, something inside said, "Ask him if he needs any help." I was sure that he would say, yes, but I held true to the inner voice. "Do you need any help?" I asked. He answered in 3 simple but profound words that I shall never forget. We often look for wisdom in great men and women. We expect it from those of higher learning and accomplishments. I expected nothing but an outstretched grimy hand. He spoke the 3 words that shook me. "Don't we all?" he said. I was feeling high and mighty, successful and important, above a bum in the street, until those 3 words hit me like a 12-gauge shotgun. Don't we all? I needed help. Maybe not for bus fare or a place to sleep, but I needed help. I reached in my wallet and gave him not only enough for bus fare, but enough to get a warm meal and shelter for the day. Those 3 little words still ring true. No matter how much you have, no matter how much you have accomplished, you need help too. No matter how little you have, no matter how loaded you are with problems, even without money or a place to sleep, you can give help. Even if it's just a compliment, you can give that. You never know when you may see someone that appears to have it all. They are waiting on you to give them what they don't have. A different perspective on life, a glimpse at something beautiful, a respite from daily chaos that only you through a torn world can see. Maybe the man was just a homeless stranger wandering the streets. Maybe he was more than that. Maybe he was sent by a power that is great and wise, to messenger to a soul too comfortable in themselves. Maybe Allah Almighty looked down, called an angel, dressed him like a bum, and then said, "Go messenger to that man cleaning the car, that man needs help." Don't we all? Quote. Even a smile can be charity. Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Stranger in the Garden. Once upon a time there was a man who had a big garden. He had planted many fruit trees and cared for them till they bear fruits. Now he wanted to pick up the fruits and sell them to make money for his family. One fine day while picking fruits with his son, the man saw a stranger sitting on the branch of a tree and picking the fruits. This man became angry and shouted, "Hey you! What are you doing on my tree? Aren't you ashamed of stealing fruits in the daytime?" The stranger on the branch just looked at the gardener but didn't reply, and continued picking the fruits. The gardener was very angry and shouted again, "For a whole year I have taken care of these trees, you have no right to take the fruits without my permission, so come down at once." The stranger on the tree answered, "Why should I come down? This is the garden of Allah Almighty and I am the servant of Allah Almighty, so I have the right to pick these fruits and you should not interfere between the work of Allah Almighty and His servant." The gardener was very surprised at this answer and thought of a plan. He called his son and said, "Go bring a rope and get this man down from the tree." His son brought the rope and the gardener ordered him to tie the stranger to the tree. The gardener then took a stick and started to beat the stranger. The stranger began to scream. Why are you beating me? You have no right to do this. The gardener paid no attention and continued beating him. The stranger screamed, "Don't you fear Allah Almighty, you are beating an innocent man." The gardener answered, "Why should I fear? This wood in my hand belongs to Allah Almighty and I am too the servant of Allah, so I have nothing to fear, and you shouldn't interfere with the work of Allah Almighty and His servant." The stranger hesitated and then spoke, "Wait, don't beat me, I am sorry for taking the fruits. This is your garden and I should seek your permission before taking the fruits. So, please forgive and set me free." The gardener smiled and said, "Since you have now realized your mistake, I will forgive you, but remember that Allah Almighty has given all His servants brains, so every person's deeds are in his own hands." Then the gardener untied him and let him go free. I am looking and wait for yours humble suggestions. So, it is chain of thousands short stories we will daily presenting for you. Just support me, like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel, Entire World Teacher, to tund up with daily basis. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Bye.